And I found pi to be very useful because you can ask someone what is pi, and by their answer you can tell what field or what work, kind of job they have, because everybody has a different answer. Like if you ask a mathematician what is pi, they'll say it's the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the diameter, because they won't be pinned down to a number. Damn mathematician. You ask a physicist what is pi, they'll say 3.14159, and if they're committed, they'll go on forever. You go away, come back, 6.72349, you go away, come back, 12, 94, 12. What the hell was that? 12. It's a drunk physicist. 12, 27. But if you ask an engineer what is pi, they'll say, about 3. But I would use 4 to be safe. And you didn't hear it from me. I'll deny it if you ask. You should look it up. That was a guess, man. I have no idea. I don't want to crash anything. I'm not I got to go. Hi there, and welcome to a very special Pi Day episode of Comedy from Home. This is the comedy show that comes to you from my office right here in my home in Southern California. As always, I am your host, Don McMillan. Today, clad in my pie shirt. That's right, it's my pie shirt. The shirt that never repeats and never ends. This shirt goes on forever. You can't see it, but trust me, just like pie. Because today is all about pie. And what is pie? That we're going to be talking about today's show. That opening clip, I hope you enjoyed it. More of that coming up later with in front of a live studio audience. So I know that stuff's funny. People are laughing. More of that coming up later. This stuff today in my office could be funny. I don't know. I can't hear you laugh. But it's all about pie. So let's get to it, because if you're a nerd like me, Pi Day is a very special day. It's a very special day. So let's go to my slides. So what is Pi Day? It's hard to believe, especially if you're a fan of mine and you're watching this show, that you don't know what Pi Day is. But let's start there, because some people don't know what Pi Day is. So what is pi? Let's start there. What is pi? Well, pi is, of course, the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the diameter. We kind of covered that in the opening clip. But the value of pi is 3.14159265358979323, and it goes on forever. Yeah, we talked about that, right? But we, in everyday life, we shorten it to 3.14, which, if you think about it, is, in fact, what? March 14th, right there. So that is Pi Day. It's the day we celebrate all things pie. It's a huge, nerdy holiday. It is. Don't expect anybody to be working any of your IT centers anywhere. We're all taking Pi Day off. That's what we're doing. But it's not the best Pi Day. No. You know what the best Pi Day was? And we missed it. I think all of us missed it. It was actually in 1592. Why? Well, let's look at pi. It's 3.141592. So in March 1592, it was Pi Day to 6 decimal places. Right there on March 14th, 1592, that was the best Pi Day ever. Oh, God, 6 decimal places. And there were 2 moments that day, which made it the best Pi Day moments ever. That's right. At 6:53 a.m. and p.m., it was pi to 9 decimal places. Oh, doesn't get better than that in the world of pi. Are you excited now? I bet you are. I bet you're really excited now. So what is pi? That's what today's show is all about. Because you ask different people what is pi, and depending on what they do, they're going to give you different answers. So I'm going to try to cover as many different people as I can in today's show. And I'm going to start with English majors. I have a lot of good friends who are English majors. I have nothing against them as an engineer, but they don't know that pi has anything to do with math or science. You ask an English major what is pi, and they'll say pi is the letter between Omicron and Rho. Yeah, because they read the Iliad and the Odyssey. They know the Greek alphabet. They can recite the Greek alphabet. They can do a spelling bee in Greek letters. They're going to win on Jeopardy, okay? English majors kill it. That is their realm. They rule on Jeopardy. I'm never doing Jeopardy. I'll get killed by an English major. But when I look at this one, I immediately think, if you ask a CDC virologist what is pi, they'll say, it's the variant of COVID right after Omicron. That's what it'll be. It'll be Omicron and then pi. There'll be COVID pie, which, by the way, is not a dessert you want to eat. Don't eat COVID pie. Don't do it. Moving on. If you ask a software developer what is pi, they'll say, I believe it's F6 in the vending machine. Is it not? Yeah. I had it for dinner last night. Yeah, with a Diet Coke. Yeah. That is standard diet for a software engineer. A Diet Coke and some sugary food. That's it. That's what they exist on. That's how you feed a software developer. If you ask a hacker what is pi, they'll say, well, it used to be 3 or something, but not anymore. Nope. Now it is 8.12 because that is my birthday and I changed it. That's right. Hackers change it. Thanks to hackers, Pi Day is now my birthday, Don McMillan's birthday, August 12th. That's what hackers can do. If you ask a civil engineer, civil engineers are a little crazy. You ask a civil engineer what is pi, they'll say, well, most engineers will tell you 3, but to be safe, I would make it 3,000. Yeah, we multiply by 1,000. We don't want it to be close. do civil engineers ever leave the house? They're so nervous. They just stay at home. Something could happen. Calm down, civil engineers. If you ask an aerospace engineer what is pi, they'll say, well, I'm sorry, but you do not have the clearance to access that information. I can't let you know what pi is in, and if you do know, I'll have to kill you. You aerospace people, you're no fun. No fun at parties. You can't talk about what you do, aerospace people. If you ask an industry analyst what is pi, they'll say, well, I actually have no idea, but for $2,000, I'll say you have the best one. Your company has the best value of pi. That's right. You'll be number one in the pi market. Just give me $2,000. Did I just blow the lid off the whole scam about industry analysts? I think I did. If a marketing person, what is pi? They'll say, well, do you want red or blue? There's a lot of options here. You got the standard pi, we have the upgraded pi, and then we have pi plus. That's a really good one. And then we just are offering pi prime. Pi prime is the best. You want pi prime. Yeah, you want marketing people. Never one good enough. Got to change everything, marketing people. Okay, I'm going to get political just for a little bit, just a couple of jokes, I promise, and I'm going to do both sides because I'm very much in the middle, but I want to tell these two jokes, so hang in there. So if you ask a far-right Republican, what is pi, they'll say, well, right now it's about 3, but if the Democrats are in charge, it'll be 20 or 30 in no time, and then 50, and then they'll raise your taxes, and then we'll all be out of money, and the world will end, and the country will be over. Ah! Okay, now let's do the other side. If I ask a far-left Democrat, what is pi? They'll say, well, if the Republicans like Trump are in charge, they'll say it's 3, unless it's an asset, and then they'll say it's at least 20, 30, maybe 50. It's very, very valuable. Oh, but if it's for tax purposes, it's like 0.1 or 0.2. It's worth nothing. And then they're going to take all the money, and then the world will end, and everything. Look familiar? They're both crazy. I consider myself a raging moderate. I'm in the middle watching both sides say crazy things. That's my new party, the Raging Moderates. Okay, I'm over this. Let's get back to the jokes. If you ask a chief financial officer, what is pi? They'll say, well, what do you want it to be? Yeah, I can make it whatever you want. Whatever looks good for the company. You know, I'm good with numbers. And finally, and by the way, I don't always get along with HR professionals. If you ask an HR professional what is pi, they'll say, well, that's not really in the scope of my work product. And I feel a little threatened the fact that you're asking me this because I'm a man. Because I think you're sexually harassing me right now. What do you mean by pi, huh? What do you mean by pi? Me and HR don't get along. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope there was something in there for you. I tried to cover as many different angles and views as I could. If you laughed, thank God. If you didn't, more comedy coming up in front of a live studio audience with real laughter. I know that stuff's funny. In the meantime, have a great Pi Day. Have some pie. Cut some pie. Tell some pie jokes. Here comes your video. If you ask most CEOs what is pi, they'll say dessert, I believe. Is it not? I had asked for cake. Was there a problem with the cake? Can we get a task force on the cake problem? Someone take an action item. Can I get an action item taken here? Let's buy a company with cake technology. Is one available? You ask most managers what is pi, and they'll say, when do you need to know by? I'm going to need more people. You know, if my schedule slipped, this is not my responsibility. And finally, ask most salespeople what is pi, and they'll say, well, the engineers will tell you 3, but I can get it to you for 2.6. $2.2 if you order right now, but I walk out that door, deal is off. This is one time, end of the month, and don't tell anybody I'm doing this.